Yeah, I guess the opening statement would be that, Carmichael did a really nice job for them. He struggled in the first, and then he gave him, four really good innings there, second through the fifth, and looked like he was going to get through the sixth. We got a single and a home run, and got his pitch count to around 100, I think. But our starting pitching just only gave us a couple innings, and first couple guys out of the pen, it just really struggled. And you can give them credit too. Their offense did a nice job of laying off borderline pitches, and they scored 5 runs with 2 outs. And it's hard to overcome a 5-run inning, especially when they score all 5 with 2 outs. You're one pitch away from getting out of the inning and throw a curveball and leave it down the middle, base it up the middle. A few pitches later, they had a 2-run homer. It was tough to overcome. And but I guess the positive thing from the game that I saw was, the end of the game for us was Costu, Monk, Wiggins, and Taylor all pitched really well. Hopefully we can build off of that a little bit. And these guys are kind of showing us what we need to do in the games a little bit more, as far as who we need to match up with and bring in certain times. And we keep giving guys some opportunities, and it hadn't gone real well. And, so we'll have to give some other guys some opportunities. On the offensive end, it's kept us off balance. A left-hander would throw a really good changeup, spot up a fastball, and threw a pretty good breaking ball. And he was a lot better out of the windup than he was in the stretch, but we didn't get him in the stretch much. And, we fought back a little bit, and that was good to see. But, too many wild pitches, gave him a run on a wild pitch. We had a couple errors that cost us a run or two, and, they took advantage of it. But they're a good team. They've had some tough luck, and they're very experienced with up the middle, and they took advantage of everything we gave them tonight. So anyway, move on to conference now.
8 questions.
I guess any concerns about, after the great 12-0 start to start in the SEC with off 2 losses?
The concern is that my concern has been more about starting pitching. But we had pretty good starting pitching last weekend. Now we had a midweek game. Starting pitching didn't go well. The bullpen's been pretty good most of the year. It wasn't so much tonight, except at the end of the game. We know we're going to lose games. We're playing a good schedule. We've already played some really good teams, and fought back and won some games. Maybe won a game or two we shouldn't have won, but we did. But we're not nearly as good as we can be. That's probably the disappointing thing. Offensively, we got some older guys hitting 250, 255, 245, and those guys got to get it going. And they know who they are. Those are our older guys. Those are guys supposed to lead us. And hopefully we'll kick it into gear.
Thank you.
Hutch.
Yeah, Dave, why do you think it didn't go well for Wicklander tonight?
Can't throw the ball over the plate, behind in the count. There was one point, I don't know what inning it was, might have been the second inning. I think it was, where he had a hitter 1-2. I think there was 1 out. He threw 3 balls in a row. And then the next hitter, he threw 4 balls in a row. So that's 7. And you just kind of wonder what happened, where to go. And, we've got guys that need to pitch that are fresh, and, we end up having to pull him. But you look at his line, he was out there for 5 outs, and he only gave up 1 hit, but he walked 3, only struck out 1, and he's better than that. And I know better days are coming for him, but it's about command.
And also, what did you think about Brady Slavin's approach at the plate today with his 4 RBIs and home run?
Well, he had a really good day. He just needs some guys to get on in front of him a little bit better. Wallace got the big hit, and then Brady had a home run and kind of shocked him with 2 outs. And also we're kind of back in the game. And but everybody's not going to do it every game. We just need some tougher bastard guys. And like I said earlier, we need some of our older players to start swinging the bat better.
Seth.
Dave, is there anything you say or do to get those guys to start swinging it better?
Well, you just practice, work on things, and watch video and show them what they're doing wrong. But really, sometimes it's just mental, there's, they start second guessing themselves, and, you can kind of see it in body language and things aren't going their way. And it's a tough game. It's a long season. But for us to do well in league play, we've got to have our veterans swing the bat.
Tom, you there?
Yeah, I am. Dave, what about Oklahoma's offensive approach? They got guys that can hit with power, and what'd you think of them?
Yeah, I thought their hitting approach was outstanding tonight, especially the top of the order. And, you look at those batting averages, we knew what we were getting into. I mean, they've got some, their leadoff man, Graham, he's really a three-hole type hitter. He's dangerous. He was like a freshman All-American last year in a short season, had a tremendous year. And, you go, Crooks is a junior college transfer catcher who can hit and play. And then you go with the first baseman, the second baseman, you're talking older guys. The middle infield, I think the shortstop's a fifth-year senior. Second baseman is a straight-up senior. The center fielder is a senior. And they've got experience. And those guys were tough. And we knew what we were getting into tonight. You can throw the records out the window. They just have had a little tough luck. Their starting pitching on the weekend has not been good, but they got a good start tonight, and they took advantage of it.
Thanks.
Nate, we'll come back to you.
I'm good.
Hutch, anything else?
Yeah, just one more. Dave, there in the ninth, the decision to go with Bates, pitch up him for Battles, was that just kind of a matchup deal?
Yep, matchup. Left-handers, I think lefties were hitting about 330 against him, and right-handers 150 points less. And as hard as he's throwing, if he throws a breaking ball, you're in trouble. So against the left-handers, he was more likely to throw the breaking ball, and that's what he did. We took some good swings at him. I thought Bates took a couple good swings. I thought he had one call where the ball was up and out. And, that was a 98-mile-an-hour fastball that's not in the zone. That was a tough deal for him, put him behind, 1-2. But Bates has bat speed, and he's left-handed, and we just felt like it was a better matchup at the time.
Seth, anything else?
Yeah, I got one. You mentioned it a little bit, Dave, but the guys you used out of the bullpen towards the end there, have you kind of settled into a role with some of those guys? Well,
I think they just push ahead. And what I mean by that is that, you kind of just have to go off what you see. And if guys are getting guys out, that's who you're going to go with first. I thought Kostup came in and did a nice job. Cops has done a great job for us this year. He threw a really nasty pitch that bounced away from the catcher, and then he got him out. Other than that, he was good, in his hitter. And then I don't know. I thought Monk, that was the best he's been. He threw 3 outstanding fastballs and kept him down and located him. And he's hard to hit, but he's been wild this year. So that was a plus for us. And then obviously Wiggins, we didn't want him to throw too many pitches, but we wanted to get him a little bit of work. He's been outstanding. And it was really good to see Evan Taylor come in there and get that lefty out. And he got him with a breaking ball for the strikeout. It was a great pitch. And, so that just gives us confidence. I think it gives the team confidence when we put those guys in, that we're putting the right people in.
Last question of the night coming from Tom.
Yeah, Dave, since this is the last time we'll get you before Bama, you feel pretty good about Paulette and Vermillion and Lockhart being your guys?
Yeah, I do feel good about those guys. It's not locked in. I think we'll announce that tomorrow, but I just want to talk to Coach one more time, have a plan off of those guys as far as what we're thinking out of the pen. Obviously, all hands on deck Friday, and then we go from there. But I would say as of right now that's who we're going to go with. Especially, nothing popped up tonight that's going to make us change our mind. You always wonder, or maybe don't want to announce it too early because of that. But Paulette will definitely be going on Friday.
All right. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
Thanks.